What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with the Rockies CPU sim. Um, Last two ones haven't gone well, but I have a lot more faith in this team considering they have a lot better starting players. I say a lot better, but it's really not much better. But they have two good players to build around here. Um, I mean, yeah, they can keep a lot of these guys. They keep Brian McMahon for a few years. Michael Tolia turns into a beast normally. Um, So yeah, I think this team, out of the last three, out of the three total, has the best shot of actually going and winning a World Series if they play their cards right. Didn't know they got Mickey Moniak in real life. All right, but yeah, I mean this team has a lot of work. I think for this team to be successful, they need to keep three players, and that's Chase Dolander, that is Ezekiel Tovar, and that is Brenton Doyle. These three guys all need to stay for them to even have a chance. And Charlie Condon, he needs to develop. But yeah, if they want a chance of winning World Series, all of those guys need to be absolute beasts. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's start simming. We lose Tanner Gordon to the Marlins. We trade Cole Carrick for Michael Kennedy. I don't know who that is. We trade Mickey Moniak for Richard Fitz. Don't know who that is either. We lose Luis Peralta to the White Sox. We are at the All-Star break. Home Run Derby. If we had anyone, I'd be very surprised. We do not. For obvious reasons, Giancarlo Stanton. Wow. All right, he's actually progressing for some reason. Um, let's see who our one and only All Star is. It's probably gonna be Brenton Doyle if I had to guess. No one off rip. Who is our All Star going to be? Gebert Ruiz do a job. Okay. Okay, Gebert. I see you, buddy. Um, well, Ryan McMahon actually, who's going up a little bit. Not bad. Um, no. Brenton Doyle, which kind of sucks, but that's all right. Team isn't doing too hot, so let's see what their draft picks look like. Oh, we trade Brenton Doyle for Andrew Painter and Ricardo Perez. Yep, just completely destroy your team. Yeah. C potential. I mean, Andrew Painter has B potential, but considering you just got rid of one of your better players for a bag of Doritos, not a good move. We trade Michael Tolia for George Valera. Terrible deal. We trade Ryan McMahon for Ben Kurna and Javier Vaz. What is with the CPU and trading away every single decent piece that they have? Every single time. We trade Kyle Farmer for Julian Aguirre. We trade Sam Hilliard for Lamar King Jr. We lose Jaden Hill to the White Sox. All right, and they had a somewhat okay-ish draft. They got a couple of good prospects here. I mean, 58 overall, he's going to need a few years. This guy's going to need a few years, but they also get... Oh, okay, this guy's going to be good right away, but he's not going to develop much after that. This guy's very good, potential-wise. But yeah, I mean, decent draft. They would have had some actual probable help for the rest of their guys, but they traded them. So let's just keep moving on, I guess. All right, we finished 55 and 107. That is very bad. Let's take a look at how bad this roster looks. So Ezekiel Tovar actually goes down a ton. That's depressing. Get rid of him. Out of all the players they trade, they didn't trade Tovar. So I take it back. They should have traded him. Um, wow, this team managed to get a whole lot worse. Whole lot worse. Oh my god. Um, what happened to Valera? Oh, they traded the 76 overall for a 66. Even though the 76 or whatever he was is two overalls higher and has higher potential. Uh, or 2 years older and has higher potential, so that makes no sense. The sim engine in this game needs to be fixed. That being said, we probably don't have anyone anywhere. No. Pitching war, I'd be surprised if we had anyone here. Rockies. No. Anyone? Anyone? Nope. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty atrocious. Who wins the World Series here? Phillies beat the Yankees. All right. Who retires? Shout out Charlie Morton and Aroldis Chapman. No Hall of Famers though. All right, you know the drill. All right, we're at the draft lottery. Third best odds, which means we're probably going to fall out of the top 5 if I had to guess. Just take a wild guess here. Would I be correct? Oh no, we jump up to number 1. All right, let's see them waste it. We trade Benny Montgomery for Braylon Tavera and Max Wagner. We trade Mason Albright for Giuseppe Bledsoe. All right, the team heading into year 2. Wow, this team is bad. Oh my God, Mike Soroka. I can't escape this guy. I can't escape him. I don't know how to put this other than this team is actually atrocious. Yeah, let's see if see if they win more than 50 games this year. All right. We trade Braylon Tavera for Austin Charles. We lose Casey Legumina to the White Sox. We trade Braden Ward for Lauren Grace. All right. All right, we are at the All-Star break. Home run derby time. Wow. Dodgers have 3 guys in it. Not surprised. Who is our singular All-Star this year? No pitching. Nothing there. Juan Yepes, not bad. Good for him. Ezekiel Tovar is going to be our all-star. He is rapidly declining. If they were smart, they would get rid of him, but what do I know? What do I know? All right. Yeah, let's just see how their draft went. All right, this guy's not bad. Good potential on him. The rest of the draft is pretty bad. This guy might be decent in the future. Same with this guy. They don't trade them before then. This guy could be decent bench bat maybe. Yeah, nothing great. We finished 49 and 113. That's absolutely horrendous. Awards. We have an award winner. Rookie of the Year, Phil Frieden. Yeah, I feel bad for this guy because he's gonna probably get traded. I hope. Tyro Estrada, Gold Glove, Ezekiel Tovar. Nothing else. League leaders. Do we have anybody for WAR? Anyone? Just show me one person. Show me one player for WAR. Come on. We do not have a single one. Any pitchers? Ah, Kyle Freeland. Have yourself a decent year. Have yourself a year, buddy. Yeah. We have one guy. Alright, this is what the roster looks like at the end of year 2. I don't even know if you can call this a team. Andrew Painter slowly getting better and better. 7 ERA is not going to get the job done, though. Chase Dolander, that's not going to get the job done either. All right, let's just keep going. Who wins the World Series? Mariners beat the Phillies. All right. Shout out to Sonny Gray and Yu Darvish. Question to all the people out there: do we think if Yu Darvish starts his career in the MLB, does he become a Hall of Famer, or is he a Hall of Famer already? Let me know what you guys think. Max Scherzer into the Hall. Trade Tyler Freeman for Drew Gray. All right. All right, we're at the draft lottery. We have the number 1 odds by about 9 games. Do we get the #1 overall pick back to back? That's the question on my mind. No, we fall #2. Ugh. Cardinals take #1. Yeah, alright. Alright. Alright, this is a team heading into year 3. They picked up Luis Garcia and Patrick Sandoval. I kind of see the vision here. They might progress a little bit, get a little bit better. This team is nowhere near competitive. The only problem is that they pushed Dolander out of the MLB rotation, which, you know what, I don't mind, to be completely honest, but I think they should also send Andrew Painter down to AAA for a year, considering the last 2 years he got absolutely shelled. But hey, that's just me. What do I know? But yeah, this team's atrocious. Let's see how bad they do. We trade Kyle Hurt for Alvin Butler. All right. Trade Ryan Feltner for Lazaro Montes. Okay. All right, we are here at the All-Star Break Home Run Derby. Surprise, surprise, we don't have anyone here. All-Star Game. Anybody. Anybody good, I should say. Who the hell are you? Keibert Ruiz is apparently a beast now. Will Wagner. Didn't even know we had him. He is going to be our all-star for the year. Yeah. Okay. This team is, for lack of a better term, very bad. So, let's just keep going. We lose Angel Chivilli to the Tigers. Alright, we get another high potential prospect. This guy might be decent, but yeah, not too much here. They have a couple. I mean, this guy could be good very soon. This guy might be decent in the future, but that being said, could be a lot better, could be a lot worse. So, yeah. We lose Walter Pennington to the Marlins. We finished 58 and 104, which is a lot better than last year, but still absolutely atrocious. This is what the team looks like at the end of year 3. Andrew Painter takes a big jump up 4 overall. He still has a 6.01 ERA. Chase Dolander up a lot, 5.47 ERA. This guy's stuck where he is, and they needed to get rid of him last year. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, some of the guys that they're picking up are progressing. Forgot about this guy. But I just don't think that there's enough here, to be completely honest. There's not even close enough here. Let's see, what's the highest potential? Anyone with A? Bennett Sachs. I don't remember this guy. I mean, I guess. But let's take a look here. League leaders. We don't care about any of the regular stats because they're not going to have anyone anywhere. Batting war. Ooh, Mickey Moniak. When the hell did we get him back? Alright, Mickey Moniak is good for now, apparently. Let's see, anyone else? Anybody else? Will Wagner. Not bad. Pitching wise, do we have anyone here? That would be a big fat yes. Andrew Painter with 1.8 somehow. And Patrick Sandoval. Alright. Who wins the World Series? The Phillies beat the Red Sox. Alright. Alright. Andrew Heaney retires. Shout out Martin Perez. Clayton Kershaw into the Hall. We are at the draft lottery. Second best odds at numero uno. Let's go see how it turns out for us. Will we get #1 again? Maybe, maybe not. We fall down to #5. The Giants and the Cubs jump up a ton. Of course they do. Yeah, alright. Alright, this is the team going into year 4. They picked up Leody Taveras. Looks to be the only person that they picked up. Yeah. Yeah, there's really not much here. I mean, like, some of these guys are starting to progress a little bit, but I don't think they're progressing at the rate that they need to. They seem to be good anytime soon, but who knows? Who knows? We lose Kyle Wright to the Yankees. We trade Lauren Grace for Willie Herrera. All right. We lose Kyle Hurt to the Athletics. We trade Drew Gray for Mark Gonzalez. All right. Trade Michael Kennedy for Edwin Arroyo. All right, we were at the All-Star break. No one in the Home Run Derby. Surprise, surprise. All-Star voting. No one in first, obviously. Anyone of importance? Jorge Lopez. All right. Giebert. I don't know why you're being good now. Looks like Will Wagner is going to be our all-star yet again. Stacked right field. All right. I wasn't expecting much. We trade Bennett Sachs, who I'm pretty sure was our only A potential player, for Luther Leroy. What are the odds that guy's absolutely terrible? All right, so we do have a actual solid draft class potential-wise. A few of these guys, if they keep them around long enough, will develop. Not really anyone who's MLB ready, but like I said, they keep them and develop them, they'll be in a good spot, but I doubt they actually do that. So we lose Hans Kraus to the White Sox. We finished 44 and 118. That is absolutely horrendous. Oh, I didn't mean to keep simming. This is what the team looks like at the end of year 4. Yeah, I mean, Chase Dolander, 5.83, 5.42, 5.8, 3.52 is not bad. 3.51's not bad. But this team is just nowhere near anything good. I mean, Edwin Arroyo is actually kind of progressing a little bit in this. Ezekiel Tovar is all the way down now. This Phil Friedland guy is still bouncing up and down. Yeah. If they were smart, they would trade those guys, but the CPU isn't very smart. And I actually am going to help the CPU out. I just gave him an 84 overall starting pitcher. Is that cheating? Probably, but do I care? Probably not. None of these guys I really care enough about to do it for. Alright, that being said, to the offseason. Let's say the Padres won it. Let's see. Garrett Cole. Does he make the Hall of Fame with these numbers? Maybe. No, he does not. Alright. Sucks to suck. Alright, we are at the draft lottery. We were 44 and 118, so do have number 1 odds. We haven't even cracked 60 wins yet. I don't think. Which I don't know if that tells us full story, but it should. We fell down to number 2. Yeah, that's okay. Yep. Alright, this is the team heading into year number 5. We got Andres Munoz on the team now, Christopher Morel. This is still the worst team in the league. But hey, they might win more than 60 games for once, I'm hoping. Ryan Nelson hopefully has a good year here after I turned him to a starter. But yeah, that being said, let's start simming. Let's just get ourselves through it. We trade a Marion Boyd for Hayden Wesneski. Alright. We lose Jeff Criswell to the Guardians. We trade Bryce Matthews for DL Hall and Giuseppe Bledsoe. Alright. Oh, wait, no. We get DL Hall for Giuseppe Bledsoe and Bryce Matthews. Okay. We trade Adele Amador for J.J. Cox. Alright, we're at the Home Run Derby. Let me guess. You'd be correct. No one's here. Let's see. All-Star voting. Anyone in first? No. Ezekiel Duran is going to be our All-Star. J.J. Weatherholt. Good for him. Alright. Keep on moving. Oh, what a draft. Okay. 95, 92 potential, 88 potential. This is the type of draft that changes a franchise around in 4 years, 3 years. We need them to keep all these guys, especially him. This guy has the potential to be an absolute star someday. Um, Knowing this team, though, they're probably going to trade him for a bag of chips. But if they keep him, this might actually be doable. All right, we finished 54 and 108. We're 5 years deep. We don't have a single season above 60 wins. Luis Garcia, Ryan Nelson took a little bit of a dip. Andrew Painter's up to an 84. Chase Delander's up to an 80. This team isn't actually that bad. They're just not good, to put it lightly. They just have a lot of holes. So yeah, league leaders. Anyone for batting war? That would be a no. James Wood on the Braves. That hurts to see a lot. Pitching war though. Luis Garcia with a 2.3. All right, but no one else. Sim to the offseason. Dodgers beat the Red Sox. Makes sense. Shout out Trevor Story. No Hall of Famers. Alright, you know the drill. Draft lottery. #1 odds for like 4th out of the 5 years that we've had this. Let's see. We move down to #2. Athletics got #1 yet again, I'm pretty sure. Alright. We trade Julian Eguer for Steven Latch. Okay. Alright, this is what the team looks like heading into year 6. Pretty sure on paper they're still, I don't know, they're the 24th worst team now. That being said, probably not going to do much here. Alright, we're at the All-Star break home run derby. Surprise, surprise. Alright, All-Star. Who is our All-Star? DJ Harris, what a beast. Tyler Wells. This team hurts to watch. I feel bad for all of the Rockies fans out there. This is unacceptable. They have two DHs here. That's insane. I don't even know how it's possible, but alright. We lose Christian Robinson to the Cubs. We trade Drew Romo for Kelly Hyde. Alright. Pretty solid 2 players right here. At least potential-wise. Yeah, but not much else. Like, they're getting good. They're drafting a lot of good players. They just need to develop them and keep them. So, alright, they finished 80 and 82 and just missed out on the postseason. How many games did they miss out by? They missed out by 6 games. Alright. That's not the worst thing in the world. Obviously not the greatest, but could have been a lot worse. So, we'll take what we can. Christopher Morel led the league in walks. Good for him. Batting war. Christopher Morel, you're going to be on here somewhere for us. Patrick Bailey, 3.6. Mason Wynn. Didn't know we picked him up. I must have missed that. Alright, but no Christopher Morel. Christian Morel, whatever his name is. Pitchers. Luis Garcia with a 3.2. Ryan Nelson with a 2.9. It's like we're right there. Andrew Painter with a 2.2. How did you pitch? Hasn't had an ERA under 5. Might be time to pull a plug on that project. Yeah. Alright, not a bad year. They have a lot to build on. Let's look at the team, the final team. This team actually does not look completely terrible. You add a couple of good pieces to this team, and they can make it to the playoffs. Like, seriously, make it to the playoffs. But the thing is, they'll probably trade everyone for prospects and then suck for the next 3 years. So, it is what it is. Sim to the offseason. Who wins the World Series? The Red Sox beat the Dodgers. Alright, they got their get back. Shout out Giancarlo Stanton. Is he a Hall of Famer? He might be. He is not. Jose Altuve is, though. Yeah. We trade Luther Leroy for Benito Avalos. Oh, this guy was a beast. Oh, so is this one, though. So, I mean, much rather would have had Luther, but that's just me. Trade Jason Kohlers for Jim Gonzalez. So they get a potential guy. We got a B potential guy. All right. We trade Greg Lopez and Alexander Vargas for Benito Becerra. It is a draft lottery. We're not going to have a good pick, so simulate it. Trade Andres Munoz for George Burgos and Manny Jaquez, or however you say that. Like I said, they just needed to not blow up the roster and sign a couple good players, and they would have been fine, but here they are blowing up the roster. We lose Blake Adams to the Diamondbacks. All right, this is the team heading into year 7, I believe. They got so much worse. This, like, why? The CPU is allergic to actually building good teams and then keeping them, like, together. Oh, wow. Charlie Conlon's been up for a few years. All right. Good for him. This team isn't anything special, though, so they're not going to do very well. So, yeah. We trade Jorbit Vivas for Hayden Birdsong, which you guys know what that means. I don't do it often, but you guys know what this means. We're going to turn him into a starter and see if he's that missing piece. Hayden Birdsong up to an 88 overall. That's intense. All right, beautiful. We trade Ritten Shelton for Dylan Head. All right. Looks like we're getting Head tonight. We trade Emmett Sheehan for Alex Ramirez. Okay. We are at the All-Star break. Home Run Derby. Surprise, surprise. Oh, we traded some. Whoa, we made 2 trades. I know one of them was for Jack Leiter. Hold on. We trade Jack Leiter for Phil Frieden. I don't mind that. And Mason Black for J.J. Wilcox. Or J.J. Cox, not J.J. Wilcox. J.J. Cox. All right. Were those trades good? Oh, man. Jack Leiter. Ugh. I mean, I guess. Who's the other guy? J.J. Cox? We got rid of J.J. Cox. We picked up Mason Black, who we immediately sent down. All right. All-Star voting. Who the hell? Jason Wise. Okay, this is one of the guys they drafted. Not bad. All right. That being said, let's continue. Finished 74 and 88. I just realized I completely forgot to look at the draft. League leaders: Andrew Painter for strikeouts, Mason Wynn for hits. Didn't even know we still had Mason Wynn. Had a great year. Batting war, who do we have? Mason Wynn 4.7. Patrick Bailey 4.2. Anybody else? Jason Wise 2.9, not bad. Hayden Birdsong 4.3 WAR. Turn him into a starter. Even though he only has C potential, he's still a beast. Who else? Andrew Painter, Chase Dolander. I mean, they built a great team. I know that means they're probably going to end up trading a bunch of players. That's what the team looks like at the end of year number 7, I believe this is. Yes. End of year 7, this is what the team looks like. Yeah. Who wins the World Series? Dodgers beat the Mariners. All right. Shout out to Big Dick Nick Castellanos. No one in the Hall of Fame. We lose Andrew Painter. Yep, there it goes. We trade Desmond Gordon for Archie Machado. All right, so it looks like we also lost Hayden Birdsong. Yeah, this team set themselves back so far. They're not going to make a comeback. This is year 8. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. We lose Zach Bursey. We trade Mark Gonzalez for Curtis Mead. Okay. Home Run Derby time. You know the drill. Not a single person. All-Star voting. Not a single starter. Ryan Nelson is, though. You know who used to have Ryan Nelson? This team. It's so hard watching them trade away all their good players and watching their good players succeed right in front of your eyes. I think that's the hardest part of doing these career sims. Jason Wise is our all-star as well as Mason Wynn. Um, so we do have two all-stars, which is cool. Probably the first time I think that we've had that. Yeah, let's keep moving though. We trade Alvin Butler and Alan Kabayashi to the Twins for Grant Fuller. We trade Jaime or Jamie, however you say that, Villa, over to the White Sox for Carson Roccaforte. Alright, this is a pretty stinker of a draft class. Nothing too special. We finished 76 and 86. Alright. Couple guys who did very well here. Jason Wise led the league in batting war. But you know what that means? Means he's probably getting traded or he's going to leave in free agency. If he can. Anybody else? Mason Wynn, where you at, buddy? Right there. Number 47, alright. Pitching war, Ryan Nelson, of course, leads the league after we didn't keep him. Chase Dolander, nice. Who else? No one else that we got rid of. Anyone else from our team that we used to have? Not that I can tell. Awards. Kyle Manzardo won himself an MVP. I never thought I would say those words. Who wins the World Series? It is the Braves. Alright. Shout out to Nestor Cortez back with the Yankees to finish it out. Manny Machado, Mike Trout, Hall of Fame. Makes sense. Alright, this is year 9. We lost Chase Dolander, but we get Gordon Graceffo. This team is just so dreadful. Holy shit. We have 3 good shortstops. Please tell me they're all at least playing. I mean, I guess. Yeah, this team's not winning anything. Charlie Condon at least is, developed in this a little bit, which is good to see. We trade George McCarthy for Gavin Stone. We lose Brody Breck to the Phillies. We trade Julio De Jesus for Jackson Ferris. God awful trade. Might be one of the stupidest fucking trades I've ever seen. Wow. We trade Chris Bonilla for Brandon Barriera. We trade Ben Kurtna for Andre Munoz. Welcome back, Andre Munoz. Alright, home run derby. Nobody. Not surprised. Wow, we have a starter for once. Jason Wise. Beautiful. Alright. Victor Vodnik, who was once on our team. Luther Leroy, who was once on our team as well. Jason Wise. Okay, we like that. Yeah, that's going to be it, though. Nolan Jones. Oh, no. They traded him in real life. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, traded him in real life. Alright. We traded Will Wagner for someone. It doesn't matter. We traded Lazaro Montes for Phil Ness. Alright, this is the last year of draft picks. And it's a very bad one. Alright. Alright, we finished 76 and 86. This is what the team looks like at the end of year number 9. Yeah, I mean, it's just not there. It really is not there. Batting award, Jason Wise in 5th place. What does his career look like award-wise? Just all-stars. Anybody else? Charlie Condon, 3.8, not bad. Yeah, and that is going to be it for this team. And then pitching-wise, we Did have one. Who was that? Jack Longerick. Alright. Greg Smith. Nope, not Greg Smith. Jim Gonzalez. Don't remember them getting that guy. Alright. Who wins the World Series? The Orioles. Alright, this is the last year. Shout out to, damn. Shout out to Clark Schmidt, I guess. Shohei, Lindor, and Mookie Betts all in the Hall of Fame. Good for them. We trade Kelly Hyde for Jackson Baumeister. Alright. We trade Dudley William for Carlton Lockhart. We get Emmanuel Rodriguez for Bobby Young, Luis Fox, and John Spikerman. Alright. Alright, this is what the final team looks like. This isn't a World Series team. Unless they all progress by 3 throughout the season and manage to somehow clutch out a playoff berth, this team isn't going anywhere. We trade Kevin Sanchez for Casey Mize for some reason. We lose Jackson Ferris to the Blue Jays, even though we traded our good relief pitcher for him. Nice. We trade Curtis Mead for Jagger Haynes. Hunter Goodman for Moises Chase. Jackson Baumeister for Kenny Buckner. Home Run Derby, who do we have? Nobody. Alright, All-Star voting. Jim Gonzalez, nice. Carlos Beltran, nice. Anyone else? Alright, so it's just the starting pitcher. Let's just get this year over with. We're not winning the World Series. We trade Ramon Mercado for Jack Mosley. We trade Jason Wise for all of that. So that's pretty much our playoff hopes out the window. Yeah. Not a single good player for, you know, someone who's a 3-time All-Star. Nice. Steven Latchford, Brendan Polanco. They're blowing up the roster in the last year of this, so it makes no sense. Alright, we finished 70 and 92. So they also have failed the challenge. Anyone on our team do anything of real value? Manuel Rodriguez 3.7. Wow. Yeah, not anything here. Jim Gonzalez did pretty good. Or pretty well, I should say. Gordon Graceffo, not bad. But that being said, oh, Kenneth Zimmerman as well. I'm sorry, I almost cut him off. And Jack Langerich. That being said, this is what the final team looks like. They have the pieces. They had them multiple times. They just couldn't put it all together. But that being said, 3 teams down. Not a single one has won it yet. Or even made the... Actually, only the Nationals have won, made the playoffs. That being said, what do you think is going to be the first team to win the World Series in this challenge? But that being said, thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and